Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Chat-eau. And guess who's back again?
It's me. It's Cam.
It's the first time he's returning. So, how you been doing, man?
Been doing wonderful. Yeah, we moved out. We have a new house. Recording live from my new closet.
Ooh, it's a little smaller.
Yeah, it's a little smaller with an equal amount of junk in it, so.
Yeah, it's just a more confined, if you will.
Yes. Just got back from training and a ramen bar.
Yes.
Shout out to the Kyoto Ramen Bar in Plano, Texas.
It's pretty good, honestly. My first time going there. I liked it. And next time I want to get a rice bowl.
Speaking of Japanese things, Pokemon.
Yes. So, this is actually something new. This is the first time Cam came up to me and wanted to do this topic, like, specifically.
Yeah. So, the origin of this was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Or was it last week when I hit you up?
Last week, yeah.
It was last week. Okay, yeah, it was last week. I hit you up. Just saw the news that Pokemon Yellow is being remade as
Let's Go
Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Yes.
Me and my brother were super hyped. We're like, yes! New Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch. We're having to actually throw the nunchuck to catch things. Mm-hmm. This is good. This is long term.
There's a Pokeball peripheral.
Yeah, it's remastering things. Okay, the battle system's a little lame, but co-op. Yeah. You can play Pokemon co-op. This is great. I like where this is going. I like the direction they take. Oh, Gen 8 is coming out next year. Why? Why is Gen 8 coming out next year? Guys, do you really want to hit 1,000 that badly? Like, this was the perfect opportunity to basically start fresh or kind of get this series back under control.
This is, basically, this topic is, what did you guys want from the next main series Pokemon game?
Yeah.
Like, what did it, because I got a couple of people saying, like, we'll get to that later, but we got a couple of different answers. Some minor, some pretty big. So
yeah, and I know that some of my stuff toes the line. I believe my opinions on the topic. Like, you could go crazy and completely start over, which admittedly I wanted them to do. I would like them to have completely started over.
Reboot the series.
Yeah,
basically.
Reboot the series. A remake of Pokemon Yellow would have been great. I also would have been happy. See, that's what would have been cool. Is if they would have remade the third games of every generation.
Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think that would have been really cool. We could have finally one day gotten the Diamond Pearl stuff. Because, now you're having to buy, you have to have a big console as well as the 2 copies of it, of the games. Well, I was thinking, yeah, go ahead, reboot the series. Reboot the actual numbers of the Pokemon. That was another thing I really wanted to see happen. Like, why don't you take a best of generation? Kind of redo it.
Get rid of all the small ones, like all the small fry that no one uses.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, it's either there for padding. That's the way I look at Pokemon. You're either there to collect it or you're there to battle it. Mm-hmm. And the problem with it is that the games, especially this late in the game, don't really do both as well as they could. Mm-hmm. If you're there to collect it, if you're there for the padding, collect them all, then make it more interesting to collect them all.
Right.
Make it really worth it. The shiny charm is a really good idea.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
Have more to it than just...
And not having to have all 780 or whatever it is to get it in Ultra Sun and Moon. Gen 7 in general.
Yeah.
You didn't have to have all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was a really good move, too. Or if you're there to battle, update the battle system.
Yeah, you were saying you wanted like a 5th move slot.
Yes, why not? If you want to completely shake up the Pokemon franchise, completely renovate it without actually tearing it down, just add a 5th move slot. That would flip the competitive game on its head.
Yeah, not only that, you also mentioned that you wanted every Pokemon to have like Protect.
Oh, yeah, how cool would that be? If there was a permanent 5th slot and that was reserved for Protect. Or some Pokemon could swap out their Protect move for Wide Guard or Quick Guard or something. Or Map Block for Greninja. You know what I mean? Or Spiky Shield, King Shield. Like, they could swap out that one Protect move. But aside from that, you still got 4 other moves. How awesome would that be?
It would be really cool because like protect is super useful when it comes to especially in double battles.
Yes,
like,
it's mandatory, and then it becomes 3 move slot syndrome.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Well, again, if you just make protect a permanent thing, which in all honesty it kind of should be anyway.
Yeah,
you know, then that completely
every Pokemon
opens
can
up.
learn protect, like no matter what.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there's any that can't besides Magikarp, besides the jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another way that you could redo it, I just had it a second ago. It'll come back to me. If you didn't want to completely flip the battle mechanics around, you know, adding the 5th move slot would have been a good idea. Or at least for the main games, make it harder. If you're gonna make doubles the main competitive format for your official Nintendo tournaments, make the main game doubles then.
Yeah, because
that was the biggest thing that's annoyed me since they made VGC. A doubles only format.
Yeah, it would be so cool because you barely get double battles in the main games as it is. You know what I mean?
Make it and since they're so hard for tutorials, even 7 generations later, they're still crazy adamant about that. Fine. Then take my idea and we'll keep your tutorials. The first tutorial is the battle with the rival trainer. The second tutorial is a mandatory capture of Pidgey or something. That way you're forced to have 2 Pokemon throughout the game.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Then you can only do doubles.
Instead of them just having the professor catch it for you.
Exactly.
It's just like to show you, it's like, this is how you do it.
Yeah, make it a mandatory catch. That way you have to take 2 Pokemon throughout the game with you.
If not, just have an option to skip all that shit.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It's 7 gens in. Most of the people already know how to play Pokemon. Like, just because we've been wanting that since like Gen 3.
Yeah,
I think at least. You know what I mean? It's like we get it. We're just tapping A throughout the tutorial.
Also, you know, speaking of Gen 3, why not add the other regions back into the game? Why is it only Gen 2 that's allowed to do that?
It was a different time. I don't know, man.
That's that's the thing, is that a lot of people thought that Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald is I've gone on record last time I was on the show saying that's my favorite generation. But it's also the one that kind of rubs people the wrong way because it took a lot of steps back just for the sake of taking steps back. Like, there was no day-night cycle, and there was no extra regions. Just the main game.
We got double battles, though.
Yeah, you got double battles. But they didn't even roll that out until Gen 4.
Yeah,
as the mandatory battle type.
You only had one gym where it was mandatory to have a double battle.
Yeah, and that does not make logical sense to me. Why would you do that? Why would you make the main game? Why would you make your official competitive format doubles if you're not gonna enforce that in the main game?
And it's not like, because when it comes to the story mode, like whenever you're in battles, it's always 2 people that you're facing. One person can have 2 Pokemon for doubles.
Exactly, and my counter beef with that's part of the reason why VGC is so hard to get into. It's because you have to completely unlearn everything you knew about Pokemon single strategies and apply, and you have to learn an entirely new set of gimmicks for the doubles format. And think about this. Another problem that we've had, Pokemon's too easy. It is too easy.
Especially now with, they updated the EXP share.
Yeah, they updated the EXP share. You get XP when you catch things now. It's too easy to just rush through the game. If it was doubles, it would make it a little bit more challenging. But my opinion, if you want to add a fair challenge, when you go to fight the Elite Four, hard cap everything at 50. That way you can't over level past it.
Interesting. I never thought of that.
Yeah, take away the items. Make it, that's what I'm saying. I think the Elite Four and the Champion Battle should be like a VGC match. You can't use items except the held item things.
Yeah.
In between that, neither can they, to keep it fair, and you're all locked to the same level.
That's how I usually play Pokemon, though. Like, even when I was a kid, I would never use items in between the Elite Four.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I gotta beat them all.
Yeah, I was the same way. But think about it now. Think about you can't use your items in the middle of a battle, and now you're the same level as they are. Their team might not change, and it would still be kind of easy because of that. But if you couldn't heal between battles, you had to make sure you took a team with the right amount of moves and the right amount of PP to last through all of it. On top of the fact that you're evened out now, you know? Because you can cheat the Elite Four by just over leveling them a little bit. But if you're all hard capped, good luck with Cynthia's Garchomp then. You know what I mean?
No shit. Yeah, Cynthia's still like the toughest champion.
And how cool would it be if you were all level 50 then, and she had like rough skin or a choice scarf on the Garchomp, you know?
That's what she has in Battle Tree. Whenever you face her, it's capped at 50. She has a choice scarf and just outrageous, kills everything.
Well, like logically, that's how a good game works. A good game prepares you for every aspect of it. If the other side of the hill for Pokemon is either collecting or
battling,
or online battling, the game needs to be to either do a better job of making the collecting interesting, or do a better job of prepping you for the online matches.
Yeah.
And I think the easiest way to do that is just to make the end game actually mean something. Again, hard capping the levels, man, that's crazy. And then just adding a 5th move slot would completely flip crap around, like shit upside down. Completely and totally.
Another thing I was thinking of for like just when it comes to gym battles or Elite Four, more varied Pokemon. Not just one, like, oh, Brock has only rocks, or like, you know, Misty only has one. Have more varied teams, like Blue in Gen 2, when he was a gym leader, he had like completely different
He still
types.
had the very team, right?
Yeah, he had like Rhydon, Pidgeot, Nidoking, and all that. And the only champion I can think of besides Blue is like Cynthia, who had different like types.
Because Lance,
Steven had Steel.
Lance had Dragons.
Quan had Water. Like, it would be a lot more interesting.
I don't know Gen 5, but yeah, I know Cynthia's were mixed in varied too. I didn't know that. I thought that, now that you mention it, you're right, because wasn't the champion for 6?
Fairies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't hers Fairies?
Yes, it was. And like, it would be like, if you want to have themes, that'd be great. Like, oh, this guy uses dog Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now that's cool. See, Lance can still have his dragons.
Yeah, because he has
let him
pseudo
use
dragons.
Charizard. Let him use Sceptile. Well, he did use Charizard in Gen 2.
Yeah, because Gen
and
2 you had, what, 4 dragons?
Yeah,
he had like...
I don't even think he had Kingdra.
No, because Claire did.
Had Kingdra, yeah.
And like, freaking...
Tyranitar, Salamence, you could have fun with the theme. But I guess if that's what it comes down to, and I'm sure that some people's first reactions will be, well, these are games for kids. Fair. If that's the case, adult, like, reviewers, you guys need to critique it as hard as you do every other kid game. Because it's the same thing as Overwatch. I'm tired of seeing people give biased scores just based on legacy or aesthetic, like Overwatch. Overwatch is one of the most shallow games on the planet, especially whenever it first dropped. It should have had the exact same score as Street Fighter V did. And I maintain that. Pokemon, they'll bash people like frickin' Call of Duty for recycling the same stuff every game. Why doesn't Pokemon get it as hard? That's not fair. You can't tell me the games are that different to where it's still magic every time you play it. It's not.
Right.
It's just straight bias. And then it makes it seem like they're buying you out. Like you're a shill. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I get you.
And it's not that I have anything against it. I just think it should be in the interest of fairness. There's just a lot I would have changed with that. And it starts with, why does there need to be a Gen 8? Why do we need a Gen 8? Why don't we just completely restart it from step 1? I understand that you have a legacy brand and all that. But at least, like, use this as a chance to fix it, like, to change things around. And I'm sure they'll fix things like they did in Sun and Moon with Generation 8. But that's not going to fix the fact that we're going to have over 800 Pokemon.
We already have over 800.
Oh, my bad then. Where are we at now?
Like 802,
We're probably going to be around 900. You know, that's not going to fix that problem.
Yeah, it's also just like, God, what were you saying with Gen 8? Dang it, I had something in my head too, now I forgot.
Well, my thing is, like, a lot of people's like, well, I really enjoy the collecting thing. Like, that's cool, man, but it's still just...
It's padding.
It's padding, and it feels hollow. Honestly, it's a lose-lose for me. Every time I pick up the Pokemon games, I'm driven to try and get them all. And then I try. And then I see the things that are, like, very little stats, stuff I have to buy a second copy or bug a friend about, and I'm just like, and like most of these guys, they're not even worth using in the lower tiers.
No kidding.
Of a fan of Smogon. They're not even worth like using in the lower tiers of a fan competitive scene.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like who would use Sea King or something? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like no one really. Like it's padding, and it's also fodder for other trainers within the game.
Yeah, and I would rather them put a little more effort. It's to say, you know, I was playing. This is not. Preface this before I get you in trouble. This is not a Digimon podcast.
Okay.
You just so happen to be doing this episode with me while I've been playing the original Digimon.
That's right. Yeah,
world.
yeah.
And that game is so wonderful because there's only like 60 of them. Yeah. But they all have unique animations. They have unique shitting animations, dude.
Oh, yeah.
All 60 of them make a different noise and different animation when they take a dump. Whether it's on the ground or in the toilet. And it's so refreshing after seeing everybody do the exact same thing over and over in the new Digimon games and in the Pokemon games. You know? You have Blast. They can't even be asked to change Blastoise firing things out of his cannon instead of firing it out of his mouth. You know what I mean?
For some reason, yeah. Like, he has two big cannons just right there waiting. But he just sort of opens his mouth and Ice Beam comes out of it.
Why? It just comes off as lazy, you know? And I feel like any other series trying to get off the ground would be hit hard for that, but Pokemon gets away with that because it's Pokemon.
Because it's been working for 20 years now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I feel they're not going to change things up right now, just because it's been working for them for so long, and they've been selling like hotcakes.
I completely agree with you. I 100% agree. I think that if Pokemon is going to change, it needs to be a united, collected effort from the fan base to make them change. You know?
And, like, I'm a big Pokemon fan, so I'm going to buy Gen 8 anyways.
I know.
Yeah, like, so I'm not helping
You're not helping this cause.
At all. But it's just, I just love them too much. Like, I'm excited for Gen 8, regardless. Like,
yeah.
That's just how I am. Like, I can't wait to see what they got for the new Switch game, the graphics, what they're going to change up, how they're going to do the interface now that there's no second screen. Like, if they're just going to go back to how it was before.
Oh, shit! I didn't even think about that! That second screen made things so convenient.
Yes, it did.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, because everything was on the bottom, but now I guess it's just going to be back on.
P.S. All of these opinions are subject to change with more information as it gets released.
Because this is a week after they announced Let's Go.
Yeah.
Like, the Let's Go games. And, yeah, I mean, I'm wondering, like, how people would have reacted if they just showed Let's Go and didn't say anything about Gen 8. Because, like, I know people would have been mad because Let's Go is not a main series. It's more of a spin-off.
Yeah, but how much of Pokemon, let's be honest, is defined by the anime? Pikachu is the mascot. He's still the mascot, and that was that was not a game thing. That was entirely about the show. Jigglypuff is still in every fucking Smash Bros. Game for some reason. And that's because of the stupid anime. That has nothing to do with the games itself, you know?
And what's, like, she'll always be there because she was one of the original 12. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, you know, if, they're so interconnected, I don't think you can't have one without the other.
You can't separate them.
And people always flip out when they make those connections to the anime. You know? Like in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. When Steven's talking about a friend of his with a Mega Charizard X, and it's Alan. Yeah, it's Elaine, or whatever his name is.
I don't know, like, I haven't watched the Pokemon anime since Diamond and Pearl.
Oh man, it's been even. I stopped when Charizard got his ass kicked by Blaziken in the tournament. Before Gen 3 was officially announced.
We were like, whoa, who is this?
Yeah, this is Fire Chicken here.
And he turns out to be one of the best friggin' starters.
But not in doubles.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's only a singles thing, you know?
Really? Interesting.
But that's what I'm saying, man. It's divided, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like everything is made to work. And I guess it's kind of like most games these days. It fluctuates with the meta. And like Pelipper is one of the mainstays in VGC, and that's because they gave him Drizzle,
yeah.
And Hurricane. And he's got Hurricane. He can do more damage. He does more damage than Politoed, so That's just one of those. And finally, Landorus T was dethroned by Incineroar, a starter type, getting just because it has Intimidate, and it's super bulky. It has Intimidate. It's Intimidate and Fake Out.
Oh my gosh, that's
yeah,
right.
It has.
It's a cat. Every cat.
Yeah, every cat has Fake Out because it means like cat punch or something like that in Japanese.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's your fun trivia for the day. That's why all the cats learn Fake Out.
I pretty much love all the cat Pokemon in the game too.
Yeah.
Like Purloin, Liepard.
I'm just glad that. Yeah, Liepard's mean. Liepard is actually a part of the reason why Dark types aren't affected by Trickster anymore.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Or Taunt. I don't think they're affected by Taunt either.
Oh fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's because of that broke Thunder Wave Swagger combo.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's long history. Like you can watch compilations of people trolling other guys on Pokemon Showdown on the simulator with Liepard and other pranksters. But yeah, man, it's a shame because there's so many cool designs that they just don't work because that's the nature of the game that they're born into. You know, we were talking about that. Some Pokemon, like Pikachu himself, Pikachu's never gonna shine in anything within the games, you know? They tried that by giving him Light Ball and Volt Tackle, and he still sucked.
No, like, why would you have a Pikachu when he can evolve into a Raichu? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And now he's an Alola Raichu.
Yeah, now he's a surfer.
Which, speaking of, you can get a surfing Pikachu in the game, so you can have a surfing Alola Raichu.
That's sweet. That's so cool.
Well, just the emphasis on Pikachu, I don't know what it is. He's just a mascot.
Well, even then, like, there's no problem with that. I'm just saying, like, people would have been mad if it was just Let's Go, but Pokemon's still around partially because of the anime.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And I'm willing to wager that split as to who is more responsible for keeping them relevant is probably more heavily favored in the anime's favor than people would care to admit. Speaking of the people, what did they say?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's do let's start with the polls. For this time, it's like, what did you want to see for the next main series? Did you want to see Gen 8, an open world game, a reboot, or other? And if it's other, specify. Twitter, only 3 votes. 1 person said Gen 8, 2 people said open world. Amino, 53 votes. 54.7.
Got people involved on that, man.
54.7.
What is the point of Twitter anymore, you know?
Yeah,
I cannot get the algorithm down to save my life.
It's weird, man. Like, last week's I had 12 votes, which is the most I've gotten from Twitter.
Yeah.
But then every other vote's like...
Then Amino's dropping bombs over here.
Yeah, Amino, 53 with the Gen 8, 54.7. Open World, 32.1. See, I thought Open World was going to win it. Because a lot of people
I thought
love
Open World would have liked that, too.
But then, no.
That's what's sad. You can have both in an open world game.
Yeah?
You can have both. There's no reason to say you can't.
Then Reboot, 11.3. And then Other, 1.9.
Man, I'm a little disappointed in you, Amino people. Why do you guys want another 100 to catch? Are you not satisfied with the other 800?
Give us more.
Yeah, you know?
So I'm just shocked that Open World didn't win. I thought Open World was going to take that one. Yeah. Because people have been wanting an open world game for forever. Yeah. But the person who said other, he didn't really, like, this is all he wanted. His name is Gunjer, and he just said, buff Beautifly, Love Disc, Dunsparce, and Sceptile. He just wants those guys buffed for the next game. Yes. Can we please finally switch Sceptile's stats from special to physical? That would be sick. Well, no, so here's what pissed me off. Because I read something online about, it was on False Swipe Gaming. They do a competitive history. Right. Yeah. I need to watch those videos. Wonderful channel, man. I need to watch those. I keep seeing them on my suggested. Yeah. It's like, I gotta watch one. I highly recommend them. Really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. They're just on point. It's really refreshing. Like, pretty much all of them are just like, how good was it's no bullshit. That's the thing that gets me. There's no bullshit for a lame-ass joke that they think is funny. Mm-hmm. It's literally the entire history, and they'll work their jokes into telling you the history, how it should be done. Like, they'll tell you... I don't care about your 2.5 years of community college freaking theater class, The Completionist. Your skits aren't funny, dude. Yeah, they're Please stick to the script. I gotta agree. You're funnier whenever you make your jokes within the context of the game. Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, like an example, like they would show you like Dragonite, how good was he in Gen 1, and then how
and
good
it goes
was he in
all
Gen 2,
the way
Gen
to
3,
Gen
Gen
6.
4.
Yeah.
So like I keep seeing those, I gotta watch them.
They're great, and they're about to do...
I see one for Weavile. I'm like, wow.
There is one for
yeah. I gotta watch that one now.
Sneasel and Weavile both.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep. And they just talked. They're doing Sceptile tomorrow.
Ooh, no shit.
Sceptile's video is supposed to drop, and one of the comments was, "Why does everybody want Sceptile to be physical?" And it's because in his entire level up set of shit, he learns one special attack. That's why, dude. I don't care if you can teach. He learns Leaf Storm, and that's it.
Everything in Leaf Blade, Dragon.
I think he learns Leaf Storm and the Absorbs, and that is it. That's all he learns, man. He doesn't. His extra stuff, his signature moves are freaking Leaf Storm or Energy Ball, which doesn't count if they're the same type, you know?
Yeah.
Focus Blast and Dragon Pulse. Those suck compared to Leaf Blade, Dual Chop, literally everything else, man. He has way more coverage options on the physical side of things than he does on the freaking special side. And I'm pissed off because my personal hope was that he would get the Grass Dragon typing, but he would get Technician as his ability. And I think that would have fixed a lot of his problems because he learns a lot of 60 base power moves. And that's all I'm going to say about Sceptile. My point is I would love to see him finally have a physical moveset. I agree with you.
Oh, totally. And like, I just love this guy's like ran like Love Disc and Dunsparce. It's like,
see, you said, what was the first one?
Beautifly.
Yeah, he said buff Beautifly, so I literally thought he just wanted like Beautifly physically ripped.
That would be awesome.
Like physically swole. And don't ask me why I went there.
That's amazing. Or like give Dunsparce a Mega Evolution just for no fucking reason. Just to piss off Bucky. Did
you see that cool fan game? It was like Pokemon Radiation.
No.
There's a Pokemon Radiation, and it's a completely fan-made sprite like based game, and they gave Dunsparce an evolution, and it's Dunsparce, and it's really freaking cool, man. It's still obviously Dunsparce, but it's got like the 6 wings. I think it has Dragon typing, and it's basically just super defensive.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they just added a bunch of evolutions. Speaking of, did you hear about Gold and Silver's prototypes getting leaked?
Dude, like Bucky went like...
Okay, that was what the last week's episode was about? Did you see the Thundercat? Thunder Tiger? I love that. In Farfetch'd Evolution?
Oh, man, like...
It was called Madame.
Madame?
Yes, and it was this goose-looking thing with a cane.
Did you see...
or a scepter.
Yeah, there's, what's his name? Polytoad? He looks like an actual toad, like he's all dumpy, like... like, those are really... Like, some benefit, but also I'm glad they changed some of them.
Kingdra's would have been awesome.
Sneasel's looks like shit.
Yeah, Sneasel, and who cares about Sneasel?
I care about Sneasel.
I know. That reminds me, I was thinking, would you rather have had Sneasel or Weavile for Pokken?
Weavile.
You prefer Weavile?
Yeah.
I think Sneasel looks... Let me rephrase. Sneasel's stance is cooler.
Oh, like the...
Yeah, he's just chilling. Yeah. Why isn't Weavile doing that? That's what blew my mind when I saw Sneasel for the first time in X and Y.
Just like...
I was like, look at this little badass. And then Weavile's just hunkered over like,
Weavile
what happened?
Weavile does do that in
Pokemon. Yeah, he does the cool guy pose. Sorry, I'm sitting on a suitcase.
Yeah. Mind that noise. Jesus, that was loud. But, goddamn, dude. Yeah, because our last episode we just talked about Let's Go.
I really wish that we could open this up to a live chat thing, because I am dying to know why, out of 53 people, over half of them wanted a Gen 8. And I'm just curious as to why. And everything, aside from new Pokemon, everything they could want out of a Gen 8, they could do without having to add another generation to it.
Yeah. I don't know, like that. Like even I'm surprised by that.
I think you should really open up the poll, man. Next week, you don't have to be with me or anybody, but I think you should honestly ask the faithful viewers how they would feel, just how they would feel, if Pokemon completely restarted and didn't even keep the same old ideas. Like the old Pokemon are gone, with the exception of Pikachu. with the exception of Pikachu, how would they feel if Pokemon completely restarted?
Damn, dude.
How would you feel?
I'd give it a shot.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You want? I can tell you what's gonna happen. Oh, I would like that. You'll play it.
Yeah.
You'll play it. You say that now, you'll play it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I'd be.
Just think of how many ideas they could have used if they hadn't already spent the concept. You know what I mean? Like, think about, like, the design of Charizard, you know what I mean?
Right. He's
so generically Fire Dragon type. You know that down the line they had to come up with a better Fire Dragon design, or a better use of that Western iconic dragon image than with Charizard. And that would have been a good way to kind of see where that would have gone.
Mm-hmm. But...
So, your thoughts on that?
Like, I mean, it's... one of those things, man. Like, it's one of those, like, what could have been things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, we'll never know, unfortunately, unless they reboot the series.
Alright, so here's the thing. If they restarted it completely, and I'm talking about, let's just do the whole 9 yards. It's a different battle system, too. What would you miss the most if they rebooted Pokemon from the ground up?
Just from the ground up.
From the ground up. I'm talking about with updated storytelling devices, updated gameplay, updated monsters. The only one that stays is the Pikachu line. No, you know what? Let's get wild with it. The only one that stays is literally Pikachu. Raichu,
goddamn, yeah.
Raichu could be a different design.
Yeah.
Or Pikachu could be the final form.
I guess it would, like, I would miss certain Pokemon the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe the battling system, because I still like it, but I could see, like, workarounds can be made to make it better.
Yeah.
Especially with the protect thing that you were talking about.
I still think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, for sure. It would add just so much more to the game. Yeah, I'd say...
What would be the thing that you would like the most?
For the new one?
Yeah. So we did
like,
the thing that would hurt the most
yeah.
to lose. What would be the thing you would like the most?
Probably storytelling.
The new storytelling?
Yeah, because, like, it's kind of like bread and butter with them.
Yeah.
Which, like, some stories are, like, Gen 5 was really good with the story, but then, like...
What? I'm not saying that it should be adult or even, like, aged up.
Yeah, yeah.
But what if it was just more mature?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like dealing with, like, the Pokemon hunting. Like, the fact that they outwardly eat Pokemon for food, like Magikarp and stuff like that. What if it
have
was...
like a storyline like in the mangas? Because mangas do really
yeah,
good.
exactly. Yeah, like similar to that. You know, what if it just took itself more seriously?
Yeah, in the mangas.
Oh, and
like,
real quick, I'm tired of that silent protagonist shit. I am so sick and tired of that.
Yeah.
All right, that has never worked. I'm gonna tell you that whole thing is so that you can identify as the player. Motherfucker, I talk.
That's true.
I don't know anybody that doesn't talk. That has never worked in the history of RPGs. Ever. Alright? Keeping them silent is just an easy way to get away with not having to write.
Yeah.
It's archaic.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's archaic. It's outdated. That's the only way to say that.
And with the manga, they obviously have to talk, and that gives them more personality.
And they're more fun because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it matters that Red... Why was it more fun to have Blue come back than Red?
Because he talked.
Because he talked. Because he had a personality.
Yeah.
And now he comes back and he's this chill older guy. Yeah. And Red's an asshole and still doesn't talk.
and like Red from the manga, that's my favorite Red.
Yeah, because, same here. Absolutely.
Because he fucking talks. He does shit. Like, he has a better team.
Yeah, didn't he start with Venusaur?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And like...
That means Green got Charizard.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was just... man, I love the manga. The manga's really good.
Yeah, it's just a lot more fun overall. Tell you right now, the thing that I would most likely miss, some of the old moves.
Okay.
I would miss some of the old attacks. Some of them are really cool. Like Draco Meteor. That was a fan name. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah. That was a fan contest to name the new Super Dragon move for Gen 5.
That's a great fucking name.
And they chose Draco. Yeah, no wonder that one, right?
Oh my gosh.
I would miss some of the old attacks because, like, some of those designs would be repeated, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And the thing So that's what I would miss the most. The thing I would like the most, like I said, is a protagonist that talks.
Yeah, true.
That's the biggest thing.
Or like maybe kind of like what they did in Sun and Moon, where you can have a choice of what to say, but you actually say it as opposed to just staying quiet in the game.
Yeah, I'm still not sure. I don't know. I guess it's because nobody over there is pushing for that. Or maybe they are, and the bigwigs won't let them change it. Who knows? But that's just my thoughts, and I maintain you should still open that up. I don't know what you got planned for next week, but that'd be a good one.
Alright. Yeah, we got a few more people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, I did not mean to interrupt them.
No, the first one was in response to the poll. But now, let's see what other people had to say, what they wanted to see for the next big game.
Yeah.
Arceus Umbra said, open world RPG with full character customization with freedom of gameplay. But that's asking for too much. It's like he already knows he's not gonna get it. Yeah. You see, that was one of the guys who wants open world. I guess the people who want open world are more vocal.
And that totally makes sense.
Yeah. They're more like, I need it, versus like people in Gen A who are like, yeah, we're gonna get it.
Yeah. I got a full-time job. I just play this on my break.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for this commitment.
Yes, I'm sure open worlds would be just, you have to put in so much more time as opposed to a regular Pokemon game.
Oh, that was my other one. Do we have any more? Because I actually have something to add.
We got 3 more. But you want to do that later? Or
I'll just so I don't forget it.
Yeah.
One more change. They could do this even in Gen 8. If I don't want to play the main game, just let me play online with every Pokemon that I can customize however I want, like in the freaking simulator online.
Ooh, okay.
I don't want to play your story. There is no story there. Just give me all of them. Let me take them online only. And let me pick out their EVs, their nature, and their moves. I don't want to wait for you. I don't want to wait 3-4 years for you to release Hidden Ability starter. I want to use that now and play other people online. I don't give a shit about your story. I'm surprised you're not knocked on every review cycle.
Yeah.
Just let me do that. Let me play
It's such a hassle doing, getting the perfect IVs. And
it's not fun.
Yeah.
It is just not fun. That is padding of the worst.
They made it easier, but I can only imagine
how hard it is.
You still can't change the nature. Yeah.
Which is stupid because you could just give them an item. You would think you could just give them an item to change that.
They gave them an item to change the ability.
That's so goofy. And the IVs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of grinding to get those. But you can finally change them now, which means that to get legendaries and stuff like that. Again, you could eliminate all of that by just, letting the online people that are here just to battle, just go online, create your team, create presets of your teams, and then go for it. That way people aren't panicking the day before a tournament, trying to raise a new team member the night of, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so what are the other things?
That would mitigate so much.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Amy said, Pokemon following you. I missed that, with a frowny face. That's another thing people freaking love.
Why was that only in Heart Gold, Soul Silver? Oh, because there's too many. I actually know the answer to that question.
There's too many.
They talked about that. There's too many in the model.
Yeah, there's 800 plus.
And I'm like, then don't release your games every 2 years.
Hey, at least with
Go for quality, guys.
At least with Let's Go, we can have a Pokemon following you, so there's that.
Yep.
And Eevee or Pikachu will be on your shoulder as well.
That's why I'm getting Eevee, because I don't really like Pikachu.
I like Pikachu. I'm getting Pikachu because, I know everyone's gonna get Eevee. So, I want to be...
You right.
So I'll be that guy who can probably get the exclusives and trade over and whatnot.
Yeah, plus, surprise, all the dragons are in Pikachu.
And plus...
No!
And plus, I do like Pikachu. And also, I don't think you're going to be able to evolve Pikachu or Eevee.
Can't.
So I'd rather have the electric Pikachu rather than the normal Eevee.
Yeah.
That's just my reason.
Evo Boost. Cough, cough.
I have 3 different exclusive Z moves.
And you still suck in competitive play.
Speaking of Z moves, Black Zircon said, a Zygarde Z move. They're called Z moves, for God's sakes.
This man speaks the truth.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that. I was like, oh yeah, he's shaped like a Z. He should have been Pokemon Z, but they didn't.
Well, think about it. Like, should they have switched? Like the third Necrozma should have been in Pokemon X and Y, and Zygarde should have been in
that would have been
Pokemon
funny.
Sun and Moon.
Yeah, for the Z moves.
Exactly.
That would have like There's no.
I was so
Z
disappointed. That's another one I was really disappointed in. I did not like Zygarde's quote unquote 100% form.
Oh, like the freaking huge,
robot,
like yeah.
The snake, they don't have enough really cool snake designs outside of like Rayquaza
Superior
and Superior.
Yeah.
Like there's only a few snakes and Viper. Let me rephrase, their snake designs are really cool.
Arbok.
Most of them suck.
Yeah.
You know, and I was really hoping that his true form just would have been an evolution on that concept because it's such a good design.
But
anyway.
then.
Yeah, but then,
and then his first form's like a dog.
By the way, yeah, so it's a reference to the children of Loki. It's Fenrir.
Oh.
Fenrir is the wolf. That's why he has the chain around his neck.
Oh, no shit.
It's Jormungand, the world serpent, and that's the 50% form. And then there's Hel, the queen of the underworld, and that's what the mecha is supposed to be.
Wow, yeah, I never knew that.
Yep. Speaking of, now that you've finally seen like the white and green sprite, aren't you glad there's a white dragon?
Finally.
Doesn't the white shine? Doesn't that look freaking great, refreshing? Instead of, oh, it's a dragon, make it black.
Make it red.
Make it black and red. Make it black. Make it black.
I like the white. And there's a white dragon in the next How to Train a Dragon.
Yeah.
Speaking of dragons.
A lot of people hate that design. I'm indifferent with it. Yeah.
I'm fine with it. But I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so we should watch them.
We can watch them after this. I've got them. Go for it. Finish these guys.
Last one. This guy wrote a lot.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So,
Can I read it? Let me read it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, Gamers Are Us, right?
That's his name, yes.
Do you want me to do an accent?
Doesn't matter.
Gamers Are Us. For starters, listen up. We need some gym leaders that give us a test. I was talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
The second gym leader should use level 20 to 25. Let's get some insight on Giovanni and how he actually brought Team RR together.
Rainbow Rocket.
Rainbow Rocket?
From
What?
You don't know Rainbow Rocket?
No.
It's the new shit they added for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But let's not do it in the Alola region. Game Freak should do themselves a favor and fix some of the most broken type matchups in the games. I fucking agree. Electric type should be weak to grass. I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
It should be weak to ground, rock. Both of them. If you're gonna have both, they need to be weak to both, and grass. It's too strong. Zapdos is too fucking strong, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway. I don't think anything outside of like an actual, like, high-powered ice type, and they all suck in competitive play because they're too weak. With a Z move, can down Zapdos that's invested in that. I don't even think that's possible. Anyways, a flying type, for instance, should in fact have the advantage over a water type. I'm not sure if I agree with that.
I mean, seagulls fly over the water, I guess. That's what I thought of initially.
But, you know, some of them have resistances. Like, grass resists electric, but electric isn't weak to grass.
Mm-hmm.
That annoys me, because there ain't a goddamn bird on the planet that can survive my kung fu. They might fly, but that, like, doesn't mean that they should have an advantage over fighting type.
It's just, like,
you know?
I just thought of the, there's a comic where he's like, have you ever tried to punch a bird? It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, but has a bird ever tried to peck you? It'll hurt its... You know what I mean? I mean, of course, something... Okay, now, with the exception of the cassowary, which is a bird I don't want to fuck with.
With the exception.
Yeah, with the exception. Have you seen a cassowary?
No.
Sorry to make this drag on a little bit. Let me just get that started for you. This is this is a cassowary. I'll get back to your stuff, Gamers R Us. Real quick, this is a cassowary.
I've never even heard of
It's
the name.
a freaking devil bird, dude. Let me get that picture.
You hate birds, don't you?
I really, really don't like birds. I like my girlfriend. Her name is Kestrel, so... Anyway. That's a cassowary.
I've seen those.
Yeah,
those are like huge.
They'll gore you. They can gore you with their kicks. Yeah, anyways.
Oh, shit.
A flying type, for instance, should in fact have the advantage over a water type. Last but not least, We need a reasonably long post-game. This post-game would include taking on all the gyms again, but they'd be much harder and to receive some type of upgraded badge that would allow you to do various things, like being able to catch a certain type easier than others. That's genius.
That's a really good idea,
and I think that's from Pokemon Go. The more you catch a certain type, it actually increases the catch rate on it.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. That last one might sound like a bad idea, but in the franchise known as Pokemon, the thought actually has a lot of potential, and I really hope that it's possible in the future generation. I agree, man.
Yeah, this guy had a lot of good stuff to say.
And, we don't hear enough from pirates.
Gamers.
So seriously, thank you for coming out and speaking, man. I hope you watch.
Yeah, dude.
Watch it be this chick.
Yeah.
Watch it be a girl. And I'm assuming their gender.
Yeah.
And their profession.
The girl pirate.
I'm not even gonna pretend to do a girl pirate.
Holy shit. But I do like, we kinda got upgraded, like with Heart Gold Soul Silver again. You can re-battle the gym leaders by calling them up.
Yep.
And they show up in the dojo and they're stronger.
Hey, bitch, what you want?
I actually went out of my way to, like, go through, like, and have all 16 of them in that one building at one time. It's just crowded with gym leaders. It's like, what are you guys doing here? Oh, man, it's so great. But, yeah, that's what everyone said.
Have you had a joke poll yet?
A joke?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, just...
Like a poll that's like a joke topic?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Two hottest gym trainers. And I hope a dude wins. That'd be so funny. The only reason I bring that up is like one of the few things I talked about with Chuck before we left was how the gym leaders got progressively hotter.
Oh, yeah.
It seems until Gen 5 when one was a kid.
Oh, jeez.
I can't remember all of them. No, I think Gen 5 had the flying chick, right? With the red hair? Skyla?
I think that's Gen 3?
No, that's Winona.
Oh, yeah, that's Winona.
Winona's Gen 3. Skyla's either Gen 4 or Gen 5.
And then Gen 3 also had Flannery.
Flannery's, yeah. I think that's actually what started that conversation.
Oh, is that right?
Well, yeah, because I think he was arguing about No, this was at work. I'm sorry, this was at work, and they were talking about the hot Pokemon trainers. I'm like, you guys don't know about Flannery? You missed these old news, man. Get on that Flannery game.
I don't even like Misty, honestly.
Regardless, I really like the ideas for that. See, that's what I'm saying. I just like to see a lot of things.
Because, like, why not take that chance? You know what I mean? People are going to buy the game regardless. Yep. It's fucking Pokemon.
No, it really is. They've been selling us the same, it's a joke, but it's kind of true. They've been selling us the same game over and over, for, like you said, 20 years, man. Mm-hmm. There's just slight skin updates and graphical overhauls. But and honestly, it just feels, with that many Pokemon, there's just not enough life given to the individual animations. Like, Salamence is my favorite Pokemon, but man, he's boring in the games.
He doesn't even
sits
flap.
There. Yeah, he doesn't even flap his wings. He just kind of like
he flaps
hovers.
once and he's like, wee.
Yeah, and like his model is really stiff. There's no life. And whenever I watch like the clips on False Swipe Gaming, they did Salamence recently, and his clips in Battle Revolution and the Coliseum games are so cool, man. They make him look alive, and it just feels too easy. Either way, that's my point. I was rather disappointed in the announcement of Gen 8, and if I had my way, I'd personally completely raise it from the ground up. Your thoughts? Looking forward to Let's Go, though.
Yeah, for sure. I already got it pre-ordered, so...
Your thoughts on Gen 8?
Again, I'm still looking forward to it regardless,
Yeah.
because I'm a big Pokemon fan. But I would love to see them try something different, for sure. And either reboot, open world. I don't think open world's gonna happen anytime soon, but
I don't think so either.
People will still try to hope for it at least.
I know, I'll blame them.
Yeah, because it can work. It can work very well.
Yeah, at the very least, like limit our levels to match the gym leaders.
That's what that guy was saying. Like the second gym leader should be level 20 to 25 at least.
Oh yeah, but no, think about that. Think about that, Gamers R Us, man. If they limited your levels to match theirs, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. It'd be a fair match regardless.
Yep.
Can't over-level this. bitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would still have the higher tier moves.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure that does give you, and that will give you a pretty big advantage over theirs.
But once you're in the gym itself, like, it will lower.
Yep.
During the battle. Yeah. Yeah. Shit, that'd be awesome. But who knows?
Yep. We'll see.
Yeah. Hopefully Gen 8 is awesome regardless.
Damn, man, this was a long one.
Oh, dude. Not even as me and Bucky went
They're
on.
getting, I know, I saw that and I was like, oh.
I died inside when I was rendering that. It took like 2 hours. But this will be much, much easier. So until next time, guys, I'm Jotilon.
I'm Cammo-o.
And we'll see you next time. Screw you, Cam.